Today, we get the debut of Sidney Lowry, the number one pick in this last draft. And I am very excited for it. Of course, going to get some other debuts alongside his as well. AC Stevens, the other rookie, going to be in the starting lineup. And we've got a few rotation guys as well. So we'll take a look at what this starting rotation will be. Going to give Lowry and Hardy 32 minutes each, and then the rest of the starters 28. And then Shelton and Livingston will be the two guys getting 16 minutes off the bench, while the rest will be getting 20. We'll see how long that rotation lasts. It's just to start the season. I think we have a lot of different combinations we could play with throughout the year. In addition to that, I want to just give you a preview of how we're going to be doing these individual trainings, what we're going to have people work on for now. Might change this at some point in the season, but to start off, that's what the training will be. And because this is opening night and we're not going to have any simulation or any really much of anything in the intro or the outro, we are going to watch every single possession of this game. Just to give you an idea of what we're doing on a possession-to-possession basis as we get things started off nicely with a Jaden Hardy bucket. Kobe White misses the first basket of the season for Chicago. Sidney Lowry, his first shot is too strong off back iron. He starts his career 0 for 1. Ball to Levine. He has some space to fire from deep. It's just off the mark. Bruce Brown going to get a screen from Sidney Lowry this time. Going to hit him on the roll, and he dunks it for 2. The first points in Sidney Lowry's career, courtesy of the Bruce Brown assist. Bruce Brown now defending, getting his hand in there, and he does come up with the steal. Running the other way. He's going to take it inside on Vucevic. Touch shot, and he hits it. Excellent start to the game for Bruce Brown. Levine finds Vanderbilt. We give him some space from 3, and he makes us pay for it. First basket of the game for Chicago. Bruce Brown attacking again, continuing his hot start, drawing the foul from Vucevic. Earns himself a pair of free throws. You know, the first pick we had in the expansion draft. Nice to see him off to a hot start here in our second season. This is a contract year for Bruce Brown as well. Hardy driving it in. He's got Lowry for 3, and he hits it. A quick 11-3 start to this game for the Nashville Sound. The Bulls passing it around. Find a pretty good shot with ball, but the shots just are not dropping early for this Bulls team. On the cut, Sidney Lowry is hit in stride. Another dunk for him. This time Jalen Johnson on the assist. Levine is trying to drive inside. He's got the illegal screen. So a turnover for Chicago. Things just not going well over there. And now AC Stevens. Another dunk for us. Another Bruce Brown assist. And that's his first basket. Jared Vanderbilt is hitting another 3 there. The lone bright spot of the Chicago Bulls offense. You wouldn't have really guessed that. As Lowry picks up the assist to Jalen Johnson. Kobe White off the dribble, no good. Lowry pulled in the board. Feeding AC Stevens inside. He jams it right on top of Nikola Vucevic, right on his head. Highlights, dunk for the rookie center. The other way, Zach LaVine's step back shot is no good. About halfway through this quarter, and the Bulls remain at 6, with Vanderbilt being their only scorer. This is a good opportunity to score here in transition. White, though, cannot hit the corner 3. AC Stevens now trying out his jumper. Looking smooth, 21-6 early. Levine, he is pickpocketed by Sidney Lowry. Trying to go the other way. And he gets stopped in his tracks. Dude really has no bag. I mean, you're going to turn that into an offensive 3-second violation. It's pretty embarrassing. Jared Vanderbilt again from deep. I mean, I know he's on the base roster as the Lakers. Is that why he's so good? I know 2K loves to make Lakers better than they are in real life. I feel like that's got to be why Vanderbilt's hitting, but good news for us is he's been the only one hitting. As this game continues on, we remain at 21 points, and this is a bad possession. Just Williams forced to put up the 3 at the end of the shot clock. Caruso trying to drive in on Williams, and he does get the tough shot to go. That's the first non-Vanderbilt 3 points that the Bulls have scored. Caruso on the other end pickpockets Zaire Williams. Our offense really slowing down here with the second unit onto the court. Bulls are now drawn closer. Shelton, not a bad look, but he's not the greatest shooter, so that one is too strong. Vucevic on the drive draws the AC Stevens foul. Gets himself a pair of free throws. He is no good on the first. Trying to avoid going 0 for 2, which he does. Shelton. He pulls back from the mid-range. Misses the shot, but Vanderbilt fouls him on the jumper. He gets himself a pair of free throws. The first is in, and now the second. No good on that one. Levine got some space from deep and hits the shot. Now just within 5 points here. Offense has slowed down. We've scored 1 point since the subs came in. Lowry can't put us back on the board. Missing that 3, and then the Sumo just gets a backcourt violation for some reason. Sometimes 2K's pathing issues are quite bad. And speaking of quite bad, my goodness, that shot from Joshua Shelton. This second unit cannot find a good shot to save their lives, and now we're just turning the ball straight over on illegal screens. Offense slowed down to a crawl. We had 21 points halfway through the quarter. What's going on? We scored 1 point in the last 5 minutes. 6 minutes, really. That's ridiculous. Three-pointer from the corner is off the mark to start the second. In transition, Zaire Williams gets the bucket. There we go. Back on the board early on in the second with the and one opportunity for Williams. Free throws up and straight down the barrel. DeSumo. It's got it top of the key. We just left Terry wide open, and he's gonna hit the 3 off of it. Hand off to Williams. What are you doing pulling up, dude? You had a dunk. Go to the lane. What was that? Levine hits the mid-range jumper on the other end. Livingston pulls up. Not a great shot, and unexpected result there. Chicago with a chance to come and take the lead. This possession to Sumo is good. Chicago holds the first lead of the game. Can we respond? Livingston left alone from the mid-range. Can't hit the shot. Levine off the dribble from deep. Hits it, and we have to call timeout. Our offense is struggling, and now our defense is too. Jalen Johnson, no good from deep, but at least we got a good shot that possession. Kobe White the other way, finds Ball, who is just left wide open. He also pulls up. I wonder if it's just players with really bad tendencies, or if there's something in my slider that's making people pull up rather than going to the rim on wide open lanes, because it has been pretty bad this game, honestly. Speaking of bad, dude, this offense with the second unit, like, what is that shot, Livingston? My goodness. Ball blows by him on the other end, and when they're going to get 2 free throw attempts from it off the pass. Blunt hits his first free throw. Rookie for the Chicago Bulls goes 2 for 2. And now we went from a lead for all of the first quarter to we're down double digits. It's because we can't score the dang ball. What's going on? Some of these shots are awful and they should be missed, but we're missing some good looks too. And the Bulls just straight up are not. They've already matched their first quarter total in terms of points. And yes, they had a very rough start. And now it's our turn to go through the rough stretch, I guess. And Hardy's just going to lose the ball to Lonzo there. But a good defensive possession is going to force the miss on that one. Hardy going to get the AC Stevens screen. That's a decent look from 3. Please hit it. Oh my goodness. We got to take a break and just look. We're at 25 points right now. We had 21 points with 5.5 minutes left to go, even more than that in the first. It's been an entire quarter's worth of basketball. We've scored 4 points. 4 points in 12 minutes. That's unacceptable. Jalen Johnson, finally we get something to go. My goodness. Ball from deep, off the mark. Going to go for the Bruce Brown on the receiving end. Flushes it in. Jaden Hardy pulls up with the clear lane to the basket again. What is going on? I feel like I didn't have as much of a problem with this last year, but this game, it's just been mid-range pull-ups with clear lanes over and over and over again. Jalen Johnson off the mark from 3 again. Kobe White, he is out of bounds. Nice job hounding him on that drive. Shelton. I don't know why we're running ISO plays for Josh Shelton. That's why we've scored 4 points in 12 minutes. But the offense is picking back up. We've scored 8 in the last 3 minutes. Lonzo off the dribble, drains it from deep. Bulls back up by 12. On the pick and roll, AC Stevens draws the Vucevic foul. Got himself a couple of free throws. Glad to see the offense has woken up a bit after what was honestly the worst stretch of offensive basketball I have ever seen. 4 points in a quarter, has that ever even happened? I mean, obviously it wasn't one quarter, right? It was the second half of the first into the first half of the second. So it wasn't technically a quarter, it was just 12 minutes of basketball, which is the equivalent of a quarter. Zaire left alone from the corner, and we all know, based off last year, this guy shoots above his 3-point rating, which is not very good, but I'm like strangely confident when Zaire takes a good look from 3 that he's going to drain it, and he does so often. Shelton did not square up and missed that shot. We could have brought it back within 5 if he just squared up and maybe took a good shot. Jaden Hardy gets the ball right back for us. Drives it in, but gets shut down. After a side-out foul, we put in some subs, and Livingston back in the game will get himself a couple of free throws. He's been cold here in the first. Maybe a couple of free throws can warm him up. Hit the first. Can we go 2 for 2? Not a chance. Going 2 for 2 is, I think, illegal in this game or something because we can't seem to do it. Levine, too strong on his 3-point attempt. Pick and roll to Chucky. Booker off. But he's get 2 free throws, so we know at max we're getting 1 point here. At the first one, I'll bet you anything he's going to miss this. Oh my goodness, how surprising. We went 1 for 2 from the free throw line again. My goodness, do I need to up this stupid free throw? And why is Jared Vanderbilt the best offensive player in the game today? He's literally one of the worst offensive rotation players in all of basketball. It's because he's on the Lakers roster. I already know the answer to the question. I don't even know why I asked it. But if you break this up into kind of the, I know I've brought it up several times already, kind of that end of the first quarter into the beginning of the second quarter, that 12-minute stretch, we only scored 4. The other 12-minute stretch, we scored 36. The offense was excellent in those 2 6-minute stretches, but the worst offense in the history of basketball in that other 12-minute stretch. And so we're keeping it close. I think if we could just avoid that awful stretch again, the second time the second unit comes out here, eventually in the third quarter, we'll have a chance in this game. It's not like the Bulls have played excellently by any means. AC Stevens trying to complete his 3-point play. He's played very well tonight, I'd say, on the offensive side of the ball, but oh my gosh! I know his free throw rating is in the high 60s, which means he should be shooting in the high 60s%. Instead, everybody's shooting below 50% or at 50% in the whole game. It's so annoying. I'm raising the free throw slider. If I have to choose between people making too many free throws or not enough free throws, it's too many. I hate getting punished for getting to the free throw line in 2K. I hate it. In the last 2Ks, they've really blundered the free throws. I don't know why it's been way too hard, way harder than it should be for the CPU to make free throws in each of the last 2Ks. 2Ks. That's way too many 2s in a sentence, and that's way too much space for Kobe White in the corner who drains the 3. AC Stevens don't love that shot, and the result is as expected. Zach LaVine, he's starting to get doubled. I hate 2K doubles. 2K needs to implement a way for those who enjoy the game CPU versus CPU to tell their team not to double, because the only setting you can do is manual, which means when you're playing the game that your team won't send doubles unless you tell them to. But when you watch CPU like us, there's literally nothing you can do to avoid double teaming, and 2K double teams are really terrible. That's an acrobatic finish by Bruce Brown on the alley-oop. Gotten him there a couple times today, but now we're struggling to get some stops to try to bring this one back closer. AC Stevens has a chance to go 1 for 2 from the free throw line once more. First free throw off the mark. Whoa, my goodness. I am shocked. Goodness, dude. This game and free throws. It's not that hard, man. I swear. Stevens fouls Blunt. He's going to get an and one. I don't know why 2K struggles so much. I want the guy's rating to be his percentage. Why is that such a difficult thing for the game to manage? In transition, White's no good after the Lonzo Ball still. Jalen Johnson, don't love that shot. Starting to see some offensive struggles like we saw in the first half. Let's bring things back. Sidney Lowry from deep. Nice shot. Finally, we're now over 50 points on the game with half the third quarter gone. I did lower some of the sliders after I mentioned it in the Summer League game, and maybe they're a little bit too low, although the Bulls' scoring hasn't been terrible. They kind of had a rough 6 minutes to start the game, but since then I feel like their scoring pace has been pretty good. Ours has just been terrible for 12 minutes of this game, and I feel like here in the third it hasn't been super great either. Moses Moody, though, hits it from deep, back to a 10-point ball game. Our scoring pace this quarter actually hasn't been that bad either. It's really just been that 4-point 12-minute stretch that's kind of made this score look really wonky for us. Sidney Lowry and 1. He's starting to pick things up here. Had a relatively quiet first half. Lowry defending LaVine. That's some good defense, and it's going to force the miss. Can we get this game a little closer? Yes, we can. Another alley-oop. This time, Sidney Lowry on the receiving end with the dunk. LaVine He's just a really good shooter. Tough to stop. Back up to double digits. Livingston. That is not what I'm looking for. Come on, man. He's been really, really horrible today, if I'm being honest. Lonzo Ball from deep on the other end. Lowry, that's a nice bounce pass. It's going to result in an and one opportunity for Chucky Booker. Earn the backup center spot in Summer League and completes the three-point play. Can't go 1 for 2 if you only have one free throw. That's how you beat the system. Zaire Williams on the drive, late in the shot clock. Tough shot falls for him. Liked what we've seen from Zaire Williams in this series. Lonzo gets enough space over Chucky Booker to drain the shot. Shelton. This guy is quick to shoot and not very good at it. I will say there are a couple guys that won their spots in Summer League, Josh Shelton and Devin Livingston, to name the two that I have not been impressed with today. And you know, it was close battles. I felt like their Summer League performance earned them the spot to start the year, but I'm not going to wait too deep into the season to start making changes if guys aren't performing well. And I feel like Livingston and Shelton were really big reasons why we had that terrible stretch in that first half. And they haven't done much to reverse my thoughts on them here in the second. Can Livingston finally hit a shot? No, he cannot. He's a really good passer theoretically, but he just takes too many shots to really make use of it. Shelton, on the other hand, just likes to isolate and shoot all the time and hasn't been very good at it. He does get a couple of free throws here. And we went 2 for 2. Round of applause for the team. We went 2 for 2 one time from the free throw line. Not complain about it a lot, but it is really annoying to me. So we'll end the third quarter down by 8. Need a strong fourth, but I feel like offense has been pretty good here now for the last quarter and a half. And I think we've still got a chance, as we'll start with a nice layup by Jaden Hardy. Levine, though, we left him too much space, so he hits the shot from deep. Lowry to Booker. Nice pick and roll action there. On the drive, Blunt got some space on the inside for the dunk. Going against Chucky Booker. A lot of pick and roll to start the fourth, and I've liked what I've seen from it. We'll get another bucket here. Keeping this game in single digits. The Sumo, that's a tough shot, and he hits it. He's hit those tough faders in that short mid-range a couple times today. Another pick and roll. This time, much better defense by the Bulls, and they'll force the miss on it. And in transition, Dalen Terry, man, had the defense and then turns it into an and one opportunity. On the other end, his free throw is good. That's not a good possession. Come on. We're going to get one of those, you know, once or twice a game from Stevens, it looks like. Just kind of from what I saw from Summer League and now this game. He likes to take those terrible shots. At least he doesn't do it too often here. Lowry looked like he had a clean look there, but some good recovery defense forces the miss. And then Levine is just getting hot. Ball and Levine have been hot from deep ever since that first quarter, and it's really made this comeback attempt very difficult. Now up to 15 points after a point-blank miss from Sidney Lowry. He's definitely no Jackson Baldwin. I think we've found that out in this game where Baldwin shot like 90% on these inside shots. Lowry's missed a couple of them here in this game. Bad pass by Stevens, trying to force pass into the cutting Bruce Brown. Sumo the other way is too strong on that mid-range attempt. Now we're going the other way. Jaden Hardy on the cuts. Nice find by Bruce Brown. like Bruce Brown has been one of our better players in this game. Levine, too strong. It's not like Bruce Brown scored a bunch, but I feel like he's been a really good passer. He's had some really solid defensive possessions as well. And a lot of people have struggled scoring in this game. And Lowry had space on the step back three-pointer, but he missed it. Blunt and one. Jalen Johnson fouled him on the layup attempt. He's gotten us a few different times today. And off to Hardy, but we've gotten a legal screen from Jalen Johnson, who wasn't even pictured. What are you doing giving illegal screens for? You're not even in the action. At least we'll get it right back with an illegal screen from Vanderbilt on the other end. Lowry. Again, dude, what is up with these clear path pull-up mid-range shots? What can I do to get those out? I don't think it's my sliders because I didn't notice it all that often last season. Maybe it was a problem and I just didn't notice as much. Now I've got my eye on it in this game, but it has happened so many times in this game. Like, you have a clear lane to the basket. Go to the basket. Johnson. No good from deep. Good defense to contest late there. Hardy with the steal now with the ball here. Feeds it inside to AC Stevens. That's more what I like to see from him in the post. Not those, fadeaways without even attempting to back somebody down. Still down by 15 here. This is the time to make a run. If we can't close the gap, we're really gonna drop this one early. And not that that's super surprising. We were, the worst team in basketball last season. And we did add some talent for sure, but we also lost some guys. So I don't imagine this is going to be too great of a season for us, but we remain down 15 here. Bruce Brown struggling to find somewhere to go with the ball. We have to force up a tough three from Hardy, and it's off the mark. Things are not looking good for the Nashville comeback. In transition, Kobe White with the finish. The lead balloons to 17. Lowry, really good look from three. He drains it. Levine to Vanderbilt, and he hits another three. My goodness, dude. I think that's the last straw, dude. Vanderbilt hitting like 6 threes today. This game is over. We lose by 19. Levine scores 31, hits 6 threes. 5 of 6 from deep from Vanderbilt is ridiculous. If he was on any other team than the Lakers, he wouldn't be shooting that well. But Sidney Lowry ends up with 23, 3, and 7 on 9 of 16 from the field and 4 of 8 from deep. I think that's a really, really solid debut from him. I thought he turned things on in the late second quarter and continued that momentum into the second half. Bruce Brown, talked about him being a really good passer today, ends up with 8 assists. Jaden Hardy, he had 4 steals, 7 assists. It wasn't a great score, didn't shoot a ton, but I really liked actually what I saw from Jaden Hardy as well. It kind of, when we drafted him, it was only as a scorer, but he's proved today that he could do more than score. And these two guys, I think, a really big catalyst to the struggles we had in the middle of that first half. And their leashes are going to be short. If I see 1, maybe 2 episodes and things haven't improved, we're going to be making a change of those positions for sure, because they were both really bad. The last thing I want to do this episode is just take a look at where we are in these preseason power rankings. Looks like I need to re-add the Seattle Supersonics logos again, because this game keeps deleting them for some reason. But it looks like 29, 29, and 32, so we're expected to be a bottom 5 team again. That is no surprise to me. Hopefully we can improve from being the worst team in basketball last year. If we can be, fourth, fifth worst, kind of like we're projected, I think I'll count it as a win. That's all I got for the episode. I'll be back soon with another, and I'll see you then.